do great against them last time. We lost like 13-1 and 13-3. We haven't been we haven't been doing particularly good on any map.
It's okay.
Alright, welcome to the stream. I'm Mars.
I'm Wazoo.
And today we will be playing against Ball State University again. So last time we played them, we didn't do particularly well. We did lose like 13-1, 13-3. So hopefully CMU has like rewatched that VOD and kind of see like what they have to adapt, what they have to change. So hopefully we see a little bit different things today. Obviously we didn't make it to playoffs, so hopefully we kind of branch out a little bit with this game and kind of try new things and see where that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a bit more than 3 or 1.
Right.
I'm sure there will be some good improvement in every aspect. I'm sure over the maps, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna try to do differently against Ball State here. Now that they kind of know their game plan and everything.
Right. So hopefully maybe we see like some new maps, some new agents and things like that. So yeah. So hopefully we just see a little bit different because they've been really reluctant to especially branch out, especially with team comps. We've kind of seen the same thing on every single map, and obviously we haven't seen like a lot of results from using the same thing over and over, which, that is self-explanatory.
All right. Well, if you're comfortable with something, I guess it makes kind of sense to go with it. But then you do run the risk of becoming a bit predictable. But and I'm sure the Ball State isn't too worried. They probably got their research done on us from last time as well as us on them, so that we kind of both know what each team is kind of doing. Hopefully we can just outgun them a little bit, maybe outstrat, maybe try a couple different things, maybe keep Ball State on their toes so they can't just do exactly what they did last time.
Right. So obviously we do have a little bit more experience compared to like the other games that we have lost. Like we do kind of understand what they're going for, and we know like a lot of their strengths. Like they have really good teamwork. They have pretty good strategies. They're pretty comfortable on most of the maps. So hopefully we've seen like some improvement from CMU here and there with the teamwork and the strategies. We obviously saw it a few weeks ago on Sunset. We did kind of see like how strong they were on the map, but it did kind of fall a little bit flat the last week and the week before that. So hopefully we just see something different. Hopefully they're not scared to just shake up the entire comp or just ban a map they haven't banned before or pick a map they haven't banned before. We haven't been doing particularly that well on defense, so hopefully maybe we just try going attack and see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, anything to kind of shake themselves up, especially if you already know how good the enemy team is. It could be nice to try something different. See, maybe if something just like happens, you throw something at the wall, it happens to stick. You never know, really.
Right. We could look at map picks now while we're waiting.
What do you think their best option is here, though? Probably just like anything.
Are we gonna get a song?
We should probably try our best.
House of Balloons today.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
We should probably try our best to like stray from
1 second.
especially Haven, because I don't think we've really fixed what has been going wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
We've just had like a just gaping hole in our defense, and we never really fixed it, and like a lot of teams exploited it over and over, and we kind of never really learned our lesson.
Okay. Although maybe looks like Ascent seems to be what they're looking at.
Looks like we are going into Pearl, which we haven't played, but it is in the map rotation right now.
Well, you know, maybe that's the shakeup we're looking for. Hopefully they can get something done on it.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to be starting on attack, which is different because we have started on defense like the majority of the time on these maps, and we're kind of seeing new agents here and there, especially from both teams. We're seeing that hovering Astra pick and maybe a possible double duelist, but Jay's probably just trolling.
Him? No.
No.
Never.
Of course not.
No, surely. Well, you know, the new stuff, he could always throw something.
Right. The interesting thing about Pearl, actually, is there's a lot of angles that aren't present, especially on different maps. Like, the way Pearl is essentially constructed is a lot different from the other maps, and you kind of see different, like, gameplay. You see different things like wall bangs, like post plants. Like, you see a lot of different things that are kind of unique to the map, I would say. There's a lot of different elevations. There's a lot of different ways to peek together. There's a lot of ways you can play high-low, especially in a post plant. Like, it's a little bit harder for a defense, I would say.
Well, hopefully that CMU can surely get something done with all those interesting things. You know, wallbang, better angles. Maybe they'll have more luck with getting more elims pretty quickly, and with all their different angles and the elevations and everything. If it's harder for defense, I hope they can take advantage.
Right. Yeah, I want to see like a lot of teamwork here. Like, Pro can be a hard map, even for both sides. I think it's particularly more defense, but if they just give up the wrong advantage, you know, like, the round is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like CMU are looking to get that map control right off the bat in mid.
There, gotta go.
Gonna be able to immediately take space with yAime here.
Doesn't look there's many people near where he's looking, but hopefully he breaks that though.
There.
Are being held off by the
Oh.
decay. Ball State does get two there, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Nice shot by Jay.
He did end up going for that Reyna pick. The thing about Reyna is she is like a very selfish agent, so that's a lot of the reason why pro play tends to stray away from her, because a lot of her potential is just kind of based off of performance as well.
Okay. We was hoping Jake and Bannable makes something happen, wins the Ditto there. Gets a kill on the Grim. It's 3v3 right now, not looking too bad. Okay, well, 3v2.
Unfortunately, player picked up. They are spread out. Spat does recover right there.
Solid.
Looks like they are going to go towards B, but I don't think they're really going to expect anyone to be B main at the moment. They're not really looking in that direction.
30 seconds left.
Coming up from the back, right behind him, he doesn't even know.
Did finally turn around in time.
Takes a pot shot, doesn't get the kill yet, but at least he knows that the
Last player standing.
okay, Spat gets taken out on the high ground.
Unfortunately, Wingman kind of coming in clutch there.
Wingman for the win.
Well, I'll stay. Oh wait, no. Oh no, we took that. Oh, solid.
I'm out of here. Their fears betrayed them.
Just go with it. You got it.
Does put Central Michigan on a save here because Ball State did win the pistol round. Fortunately, the scoreboard is a little messed up, but
Ooh. Still a 4v4 here, not too bad. Okay, well, BeefStroganoff taking out rough spike.
and then, you know, Ball State is gonna run to defend that spike. A lot of bloodbath happening
Spat
in
taken
mid
down
here.
as well.
And they're just gonna slowly get pinched.
yAime doing his best to try to hold this door. So Grim doesn't seem to want to take that fight and seems to be walking away just a little bit.
It's just so futile.
One
Yami's
enemy
about to
remaining.
get pinched right there.
Oh,
Now you have an idea where the last one is.
okay, 3v1. Bannable's the only one left here. I don't know if he's gonna. Oh, wall bang through the box. Unfortunate. That's two rounds already gone. Economy's not looking great for CMU, but hopefully they can. They got rifles now. Surely they can maybe do a little bit better.
Looks like they are gonna go A, and looks like Ball State is pretty evenly spread out around the map, so not really going particularly into a stacked site, but it does worry me with all of the KJ util. We'll be pretty efficient at slowing down yAime here.
People stacking on this one. Push.
Yami's
Nice run
super
through.
efficient here, but just not able to pull
Oh.
through, even with them stunned.
Oh, Jay's taken out too.
Last player
BeefStroganoff
standing.
able to get one, but they're just being cleaned up with these bonus round weapons.
Bannable's taken out last again. Into Ball State being in the lead by 3 already. And with a sizable money pool to choose from, choose any weapon it seems like they want. They got all the armor, everything.
Yeah, that does force CMU onto a save, so once again, hopefully they're not just stuck mid. Maybe seeing a little bit more force going onto a site. Looks like they're pretty spread out here, so it's gonna rely on mostly individual performance. Trying to do what they can with these weapons, but unfortunately they just won't be able to back each other up much there.
Yeah, it's consequences of spreading yourself out. You can't really go to help your teammate if they're in trouble.
yAime does get his hands on a rifle, so maybe he can make some things happen. Ball State has only lost one member so far, so
Yeah.
they're gonna have to make a lot happen.
I'm out of here.
And they do,
Last
Okay.
player
Oh,
standing.
that
One
was
enemy
unfortunate.
remaining.
but a pretty successful save round, I'd say. That did take 4 rifles out of their hands.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Surely they won't just buy it right back. They're leading 4-0 here, but hopefully CMU can at least get the. No, they get this one.
Yeah,
Surely.
at least get themselves on the board. Like, might be due time, maybe for a timeout or something, because it feels like they're pretty predictable right now. They're establishing a pattern. They kind of go mid on their save rounds, and they full push sites on when they have their buys, and they're just being absolutely ruined right now.
That didn't didn't look like that push worked very well.
Where are you?
Trying their best to recover.
exactly where.
Spad gets a bit of a recon.
Hide.
Looks like really good teamwork here, swinging together, but
2v2.
hopefully Spad covers.
One enemy remaining.
CMU looking to put themselves on the board.
Last player standing.
Oh, up to Spad. Maybe he can. He knows he's on the high ground.
Unfortunately detained, and that'll be the round.
Dang.
I'm out.
Well, they're close at that time, despite
Yeah.
losing 3 right off the bat. It seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 rounds weren't that bad. I was just expecting to see a little bit more considering how well that save round went.
Everybody thank
Mhm.
Wingman. Come on, let's hear it.
Hopefully now with a bit better weapons, they can perform a bit better.
Yeah, the buy's a little bit all over the place. You see some players completely buying as much as they can, and some kind of saving for the next round. So our economy is pretty broken right now, and it looks like with the broken economy, we are once again just kind of spreading out and seeing what happens. But hasn't really been doing much in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Ball State's trying to go for the read that are pushing A, but looks like it'll just turn into a late flank.
Gotta watch out for enemy on the left there, but
They want to get some damage down, but yAime a little hesitant to really do anything. They don't have a lot of space here.
yeah, especially the turret there being a little bit of a deterrent, but didn't do too much. A lot of abilities coming out here. Not too much effect as BeefStroganoff and
There's
Jair
just so
and
many
Bannable are
players
taking
on
out.
flank right now. They just got pinned.
Oh man.
And that'll be a flawless from Ball State. Really good teamwork there. You saw essentially 3 or 4 players on the flank there, and there's just nothing Central could do because they were occupied by the other teammate.
Mm-hmm. That's unfortunate too, because all the resources I saw being used didn't really add
Yeah,
to much,
no.
as they were just taken by the flank, and they couldn't really, they didn't turn around in time to get anybody off on Ball State. Flawless round, so
Right.
they weren't able to do anything.
CMU does have 4 ults on the board, but they're not really ever in a position to really use them, especially haven't really got the bomb down in a bit, so
Mm-hmm.
hopefully we see that and maybe just a really good post plant to put ourselves up there.
Yeah, I'm sure with ults, we'll probably be a little more in this fight. They seem to be taking a little more of a slow approach this round compared to previous ones. It's probably better for them.
A lot of dangerous sprays for the smoke here. Just narrowly missing each other.
Dang.
Unfortunately, their attack just isn't very strong. Looks like
Spike
Ball
down,
State,
B.
despite
Last player
defense being a little bit harder, seems like they've got it locked down.
I'll find you.
Bannable
enemy
getting
remaining.
1, getting 2
Getting 2.
in a 1v1 situation, but he is
Only at
on
5
one-
HP.
He's essentially one shot.
Oh,
There's just not much he can do.
that's unfortunate. Most of CMU is just taken out, and most of the big firefight, a lot of them were just blind or rushed in too quickly just to get shot immediately. It was it's kind of a train wreck.
Right. I'm glad they kind of switched up their roles here and there, but I don't think it's really working out for their play style.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Looks like on the save once more, they're going for that spread out strategy. yAime just running in. Probably going to be caught off guard here.
Yeah, he seems to be doing this a lot, despite not exactly working for him a lot of the time.
Ball State super good at getting these first bloods off the bat, kind of just picking apart CMU, and you are going to see the flank come in
Dang.
again,
Spike
and it's just
down
going to
A.
be that easy.
Yeah, he's taking out Wilson once again.
Last player standing.
Oh. There's only one player left for CMU. BeefStroganoff's taken out, unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much teamwork here. It was such a drastic difference from the past save round that we had.
I don't know, just the mental's creeping in a little bit. Seeing 8-0, I'm sure, is a bit of a tough thing to look at, but
Right, so hopefully maybe the half will be that reset that they need, but
yeah.
obviously we would want to get ourselves up there just to make it a little bit easier because we don't necessarily have the most defense-oriented composition.
Yeah.
So we might still struggle here and there. I kind of expected with 2 duelists and an initiator that attacking would be a lot easier, but it's just not really turning out that way. Ball State has really good counters to the way, especially they play. You could see Ball State just kind of expecting yAime so close.
Yeah.
They are going to invest in all. That just completely ruins their flow.
Last player standing.
It's unfortunate. He puts up like
Spike down A.
the wall kind of for a tunnel for himself, and it's just kind of an easy
Right.
little tunnel for Ball State to see exactly where he's going. Just wait at the end for him to jump out and get shot.
Right.
Doesn't seem to be working too well for him, and then gets 9-0 right now.
Yeah, I would like to see a timeout be called right now because there's a lot of problems, especially with the way that they're playing. It feels like they haven't really tried just like a split. They haven't tried a split since the first round. So maybe if they send a few players to be through main and a few players to be through main, maybe they can make something happen. But here we are again on a save, all spread out, and yAime's already basically one shot now. Spat able to get the first blood, but will it be enough?
A couple enemies revealed, but I don't know how much use they'll get out of it right now. I'm just kind of waiting mid here. Spot decaying a little bit, but he seems to be coming back and taken out. Okay.
He just doesn't expect to swing.
Stroganoff gets at least
Player
one, but he
standing.
gets taken out right after.
It does leave Jay all alone, and once again, like, maybe we should try these save rounds a little bit more clustered because we can't really do much when one falls.
Mm-hmm.
And now Jay is completely devoid of information, and there's just not much he can do here. The bomb is not with him.
Oh yeah. He's kind of forced just to wander around, see what he can do, get a pick maybe or two, but
In sight.
he sees a
30
couple
seconds
shots go
left.
down the lane, but
Yeah, he does give away his location there, so they're pretty confident to take that fight.
yeah. With only a revolver in hand, that's unfortunate. Not much he can do there in that lane. Big long hallway. It seems the grouping a little more this time.
Looks like they are sending Spad to make sure the flank is covered, using both of his tripwires and then just kind of keeping him there just to make sure ball stays in check.
yAime running out again. Might get shot from the left. Yep.
They're just not expecting a lot of these angles, which is what I was talking about. Like, Pearl has a lot of angles that aren't present on other maps, so the only way you can get used to it is by playing Pearl specifically.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unique battles that you'll have to take, and obviously there's a lot of corners and pockets, and you just have to make sure you're watching for them, and CMU has never been particularly the best at it.
Yeah, Ball State seems to know quite a lot about the Pearl's intricacies here, as they're posted up in many different
Yeah.
devious angles for CMU.
Yeah, they're definitely exploiting all the different ways, like, Pearl is the best, and then on top of that, I mean, Pearl hasn't been in the map pool for forever, so obviously CMU probably hasn't been practicing that much on it.
Mm-hmm. And Spod's taken out, unfortunate. Leaves 2 left for CMU, 4 for Ball. Let's see. They creep into the middle here. Haven't seen anyone
Last
just yet.
player
Oh,
standing.
Kale was taken out. And BeefStroganoff's taken out as well.
Just not super good coordination on that swing. They could have maybe at least taken one
Last
down
round
with them,
before the
but the
switch.
tempo was a little bit off.
Mm-hmm. Tenjiman's definitely getting a lot of picks off of CMU. Just kind of waiting in the middle for people to walk in. Just takes everybody out.
Yeah, I don't know. We're about a match point here, 1 round before the swap, and we haven't really seen anything change from CMU. And then on top of that, I mean, they're just so reluctant to call that timeout when it feels like they really need it.
yAime running out again. It's at 87 HP.
Take this.
So, and taken out by Tenjiman yet again.
Just the timings with Ball State is just phenomenal. There isn't much they can do here. Jay trying his best to recover, but
Player
they're just going to be taken out by a helicopter, and that'll be the round.
Yeah, just a full convergence onto CMU from Ball, and just like
Switching sides.
one goes down and then they kind of panic. They can't really do much afterwards.
Looks like that'll be 12 rounds on the board for Ball State, and CMU, not a lot of wiggle room. They kind of do need to get it together and try and find out a strategy. They don't have a lot of time to figure out the holes in their defense. They just kind of have to perform flawlessly if they really want to take this.
Mm-hmm.
That goes there.
What do you think about the 13-round comeback? What do you think
I
about
mean, it would take a lot of mental resilience. I don't think I could do it.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
But if that were to happen, they would have to be super calculated in together. But it looks like we do have the read here, so we're gonna go head to head, immediately taking first contact. And yAime's just gonna be picked off. But thankfully, Jay does get one. Bannable cleaning up, actually swaying in our favor a little bit, scaring Ball State away.
Not too bad, not too bad. Good start.
Looks like they are essentially just chasing down the players. They are gonna go a little bit of a loop.
Traveling in a pack. Hopefully they can run to point.
Yeah, looks like CMU kind of does have the read. They were going towards A, and the players of Ball State are spread up right now, so it could really go in their favor as long as they play this together and well. Strat is low, so it could very easily go into a
One enemy remaining.
Okay, spot.
last
We got one
one's
left for
spotted.
Ball State.
Standing.
Benjamin gets the triple there, takes
And
everybody.
he closes out the match.
10 HP remaining, gets that triple, and it's just unfortunate.
So unfortunately, CMU didn't really change anything there. You saw a different strategy, but the execution wasn't the most coordinated.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I don't know. So I saw yAime running in a lot, trying to sprint in just to try to get like an early pick or something, but just like he'd jump in front of someone waiting on an angle and then he'd just fall pretty quickly, and it's just after that you're already down somebody, and it's just like
Right, that's the problem. Like, Neon has such a high skill ceiling because of that, because you kind of have to keep a pace that keeps up with your teammates, but also doesn't kind of negate Neon's ability. Like, the pro is that, like, you can disrupt tracking, you can disrupt aim, but, you know, a lot of the times you will be by yourself, and it will be based on, like, your individual performance. But hopefully we see a little bit more differently with this break. Hopefully CMU does a little reset. Hopefully we can see a lot better things on the next map. So we'll see you after the break.
mm-hmm.
Welcome back. So we are going into the second match now. Obviously we saw a lot of things that we didn't want to see, but we are going into Haven, which is a little bit scary here and there. We haven't seen the best on Haven, but hopefully we've learned our lesson here and there, and we see a lot of different changes. We are new player joining the team, so we are going to see how that comp works out and how that dynamic flushes out.
You know, it's always interesting. I'm sure we'll get around this time, you know.
Yeah, I would like just minimum, just see us on the board. That would be great. Maybe not, maybe just a little bit better teamwork so we don't throw advantages like that, especially because we were up 2 players and unfortunately we did throw that advantage away. So hopefully with a lot of these new factors, we see a little bit different result.
It's unfortunate that since last time it seems Ball State has grown a little more wiser to our tactics, that they managed to shut us out completely instead of us getting at least 1 to 3 rounds as compared to last time. But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. And, you know, I have a little more confidence maybe now that we're just like, we've seen what happened on Pearl. Hopefully we can just improve the slightest bit, just get a little bit more back into it, and hopefully just keep the vibes up, keep everything going.
Right. I would like to. Most of the responsibility is probably just lack of lack of playing that map, because it did just hit the rotation after 1 or 2 years.
Oh.
So CMU probably didn't really anticipate, especially another team wanting to play that map.
Maybe it's Ball State's favorite. They just really like.
They are clearly really good at it, and they do understand the mechanisms, but hopefully we see just a little bit different. We are seeing a lot of different players on different roles once more. Are seeing Jay on the neon instead of yAime. Looks like we are unfortunately going for the 1-2-0 setup, so there's not really much going on B, so that will essentially be a cakewalk if Ball State decides to go there. We are starting on defense again, which does scare me, but it's okay. You know, it's a learning experience.
You know, I think the.
Looks like Ball State is really spread out, and that could be due to a lot of confidence.
Okay, spot.
Yeah, could be due to a lot of confidence, because you saw them pretty comfortable taking a lot of fights with CMU, so maybe they're just not as concerned to kind of be grouped together, just, you know, relying on their own individual skill.
Yeah. Spot after taking one gets taken out himself and seems planting on C.
Spike
Is what
planted.
Ball wants to do.
Looks like we're gonna have a late flank from Ball State. Hopefully CMU watches out for that, but you know, I'm not really expecting all these players.
Looks like C might become a little more of a.
I think there's just so many angles to watch right now.
Yeah, a little overwhelming here. Running out of the smoke, Grim gets taken out pretty quickly. Bannable gets a shot there and shot
Just
through
not
the
able
smoke.
to get out in
Looks like.
time. A lot closer than a lot of the runs we've seen, but just ultimately not a lot going on there. You saw Ball State just kind of working the map, and they had so much space, so you know, we still had Central Michigan players like on every single site, so when they did plant, you know, they had a lot of time. Ball State had a lot of time to just kind of sit there and wait.
I mean, they got the early pick as well. They just weren't able to keep, I guess, stay alive for a little longer. It gets taken out right after that first pick, but yeah, at least they got that. I think it's good that they even got that in the first place. It's nice.
Looks like Ball State is just going for a full A push here right through long. Not much. They're not really fearing anything, especially with CMU on a save. Looks like they're just gonna walk right into sight and obliterate everything in their path.
Raspberry sees he's out of there. He does not want to stick around.
Spike planted.
Right, playing for his life there, but this retake is gonna be extremely hard.
Jay. Okay, a bit tense, but Jay gets that.
2 kills with Project Farve.
One enemy remaining.
We were almost there for a recovery, but they do clean up with the better weapons.
Yeah. Only 2 taken out on Ball State. Only 2 rifles that need to be bought back. So it's been unfortunate, but yeah. At least CMU has a little better weapons now. Can maybe get a little more done. A lower shield. But
Yeah, they're on more of an even playing field here. Looks like we are leaving a lot of the map just wide open for Ball State to take. Looks like we're trying to gamble that they'll be here C. Looks like they're trying to do that play that they do on Haven where yAime tries to catch them off guard, but there's no presence there.
Spot gets taken out pretty quickly. Looks like they're just gonna 4 or at least 3A from Ball and another plant pretty quickly right away actually.
Spike planted.
Hopefully, line up not quite hitting there. Gonna be a hard retake.
Last player standing.
You know, I like the idea of the arc there.
Right, but it's just not enough, and that does put Ball State up 3. CMU nowhere to be seen on the board yet. Not really, you know, not really doing super well on our rifle rounds.
Yeah.
This does force us on another save, and it's like we're not really doing anything special.
Now maybe they can just outshoot this round, I hope. They get a little bit of...
That's basically all they have besides working together. I am liking this kind of cluster going down mid, but even just one player of Ball State could ruin it.
Yeah.
Just with one bad gun. Damn it. Jay with a super clean shot there.
A lot of back and forth in the kill feed here.
Bannable trying his
Last player
best, but
standing.
eventually does fall. Now he's BeefStroganoff.
Spike
Walking into the cloud and with 2 people in it.
Yeah, trying to go for that TP play, but it didn't quite work out. That does leave 3 ults on the board for Ball State, so these runs are just gonna get easier and easier if CMU doesn't do anything.
Yeah. With oh goodness. What's that? Ian over there with the $6,900. Grim with 8,000.
Yeah, economy's not much of an issue for them, but it is quite an issue for us. We will be forced into another save round losing this one. So hopefully the off angle Bannable has here.
You want to fight
But it's just disrupted by that Yoru ult, but there's just not much they can do. They're gonna be expecting that angle now.
Oh.
He does clean him up. Trying to get as much info as they can for the retake, but it's just gonna be
Spike
extremely
planted.
hard.
Yeah.
This Astral kind of disrupting anything they could do. They're gonna have to take a lot of risks.
Yeah. Trying to get a bit of an angle here, but still can't really see much.
Seeing Jay on the op here, gonna be super hard for a retake. BeefStroganoff about to get a bad time. He does recover!
Okay. Tenjin didn't decide to look behind him there. Very lucky for BeefStroganoff.
So much utility on the board right now.
Oh.
Jay does not land the shot, and he's Raspberry, and he does get cleaned up.
Personally, I would have gone for the no scope there, but the quick scope's honorable too.
Maybe we can make something happen with 3 ults, but I think we just gotta be a little bit more active. You know, we're really giving up these sites with little to no reluctance.
Yeah. Already 5-0. It's just a little, I don't know, a bit of a wash, but not over yet. It's only 5 rounds. It's fine.
Our defense just isn't the strongest. Getting the first blood here. Really liking the team together there. Pretty good swing.
Jay taken out. Pretty quickly. Spot taken out as well.
Just kind of overstaying their welcome there.
Bannable looks like okay.
Spike
That's that first
planted.
shot, but he got it. He recovered there. He got that second one.
It is just a 3v3.
Hey, he got that arc. He got that arc the second time.
Didn't quite hit anything, but you know the idea was there.
You know, it went over. It's good. He went over.
Last player
It's
standing.
just gonna be super hard for Bannable on his own. They're all looking heaven right now.
Dang. That's tough.
And they just get cleaned up once again, just kind of giving up the site and not really doing much on the retakes. Looks like Jay is opting to go for his ult instead of a rifle here, so they're trying to manage their economy as much as they can. Looks like Bannable will also be using his ult there, so trying to just min-max as much credits as they can here and there.
Spot's taken out pretty quickly, unfortunately.
Ball State kind of juking CMU there with the Astros star. They just kind of pulled it back, and CMU thought it was a full smoke, but it was not. That gave them a really good timing.
My turn.
A lot of ults being used here, but not seeing a lot of payout for
Spike
it.
planted.
Dang.
Where's the
Last player standing.
close range guns, and they just fall within a second.
Yeah. And that'll leave CMU down 7 right now. But
Ball State does have a pretty powerful ult in their hands, being the KJ ult, so don't have the best counter for that, because we did pop our Sova ult, so
I'm saving.
it's going to be even harder for us, especially on retake, so hoping to see a little bit more proactiveness, just a little bit more fight.
yeah. The most deaths on Ball State seems to only be 4.
Not much we can do, especially with worse guns, and we're just taken out immediately.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate to be standing there in mid and just gets taken out by like 3 members of Ball State right away.
Bannable having to make sure that decoy is a decoy.
You never know. You never know. Jay seems to be running towards towards
Yeah,
A.
Hopefully they can try and get on the site before Ball State does, but that's just not going to work out. Ball State might not even
planted.
have to invest in all here, because they're going to have the site completely locked down.
See what Jay tried. A lot of smokes just showing up in the high ground here. They can't do much. See if Jay wants to get down and get a kill with that shotgun. Oh, misses his shot. Taking it.
I liked the idea there. That is a pretty uncommon angle. Unfortunately,
Last
not
player
much
standing.
going
Bannable
on
gets
there.
a kill. No, it's not too bad. You get 2 here, maybe?
Team Ace.
As the 4 people from Ball seem to swarm him right there, he wasn't able to do or close out another kill there, unfortunately. Let's see, Ian over there with 9,000 credits. Not worrying too much about anything, I'm sure.
Yeah, kind of on a weird buy here, because you do see some rifles, you see like an operator, but then you see a Bucky, so kind of all over the place. Looks like Ball State and Spad are going to go head to head here right off the bat. Spad winning the fight, giving us that man advantage off the bat.
Bannable taken out.
You should run.
Killjoy. Ulti used here. The spot is revealed to the enemy. Doesn't.
Are investing in that ult, and there's just
Spike
it's completely
planted.
disrupting CMU's retake and whatever strategies they could kind of pile up.
Oh.
Unfortunately, timing there.
Yeah. Plant's already down 3v2.
Last player
That's what,
standing.
3v1.
And the shots just aren't connecting.
Yeah.
Spad's probably gonna opt to save this.
3 souls.
There's one.
Doing super well on the op, but it's just not enough to win the round.
Yeah.
Nowhere to run.
And
Looks like they're investing the ult just to chase him.
see if he tries to just keep the op here, but
Kind of going on a witch hunt right now. They do not want him to be able to save that.
yeah.
And he's not really expecting it. But, you know, the round will save him.
He gets a last second shot on Grim. Yeah, little victories. He takes a little victory right there.
Gotta take what you can.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter that they're down 9. Doesn't matter.
Just gotta try and get ourselves on the board.
They still have the op.
Who's next?
They do. And obviously, maybe just a little bit more support. Whoever has it may pop off. Looks like they are just immediately running out, though. They are very intimidated by this push.
And, oh, we starting out taking out, unfortunate. Pretty quickly.
We're just kind of seeing the same things over and over with this retake
Spike
on it.
planted.
Yeah.
A lot of movement,
It's just,
a lot of utility, but not overall, not much happening. yAime Jay trying his best
Last
with the
player
near op, but it's
standing.
just not going anywhere. Not leave Spag with the op once again. Will he get a 3K?
you know, there's potential. Maybe he gets a
playing
collat
those
right here.
close angles to try and throw him off,
Oh.
and he's just op does not go with him.
I was hoping for a collat. Maybe you got to.
Just didn't work out that way. That does kind of disrupt CMU's economy, but we are finally calling a timeout after not being on the board for so long.
So that's maybe what, 23 consecutive rounds before timeout. That's not too. No.
Not too shabby, you know, better now than never.
Yeah. You know, you have it. You might as well use it. You lost the op. I don't know what we're gonna talk about now. We lost the op.
Yeah, I mean, there you just see how kind of intimidated they are essentially
Yeah.
by Ball State. Like they immediately give off the site, and then they have no means of retaking really well. They don't have any ults. They don't have, like, the shots aren't connecting, so there's just no way for them to take back the site. So I think personally it would just be better if they died on the site with maybe a teammate or two, because it's just at least they tried doing that, because they're just making a cakewalk for Ball State. They don't even have to use any utility to get on the site. Like,
Yeah.
it's just their presence pushes CMU off, and then they have all of that utility for post plant. It's just impossible.
Mm-hmm. And CMU definitely doing more of a trickle on the point whenever they lose it, and it's just not helping them at all. They just kind of line up one by one by one, get shut down, shut down, shut down. They just, like, they're already overwhelmed with numbers when they do that, so it's, spot's taken out instantly.
You are divided.
Looks like they're gonna run to B this time, maybe. Yeah.
And obviously, CMU,
Spike planted.
no defense there. Looks like they're just gonna go for a 4-man flank. And they are working well, but together they're trying to bait Jay.
Mm, 2v2, but Plant's already down on B.
They have no information of where the last players are.
Yeah.
Take flight.
Bit of a drone. See what they can do here. C1.
They're just unsure where the other one
Last
is.
player standing.
They
Oh,
don't really
shot to
wanna
the
make a
smoke.
play.
2 shots to the
Finally.
smoke. Okay.
Taken out. Good intuition there
Last
from
round
Ball State.
in the half.
It's good to assume that 2 players are together,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they're on a defense like that.
Yeah.
This is the round before the swap. CMU does have 2 ults on the board, so hopefully we see them being used, because, you know, they can't bring it into the next half.
Here.
They're going for a play here, but Ball State is nowhere to be found.
Oh.
So that'll just give them a free site, essentially. Bannable trying his best to get info there with his ult, but it's gonna be 3-man flank. And they're
Spike
expecting
planted.
it. Kind of see him all ready for that.
Jay.
You know, not really sure why they gambled on them going C when they have been going A
Yeah.
a lot and being really successful.
They've been mostly
Last player standing.
My turn.
That's just bad alone. He does have the Empress online, but he'll have to hit a lot of shots to make this happen. Looks
spot
like they
here,
are just kind of chasing him out. Doing his best to have a lot of discipline there. Not really going for the low ball, but Ball State will close out the round, whether it be with a kill or with the bomb.
Alright, now is
Switching
the 13
Match
round
point.
retake, I imagine. You know. Maybe. We can say something, I don't know.
No, we do have potential for a really explosive composition, but we need to make sure we have that confidence. Like, even though we are down and we aren't on the board, you know, it doesn't mean we should be so reluctant, you know, to kind of, it sounds mean, but we shouldn't be so reluctant to just play the game.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
We might as well just kind of go out, see what they can do here. Last
Right.
round. See if they can get with that recon there a little bit.
Gotta go.
I think Ball State's really comfortable all rotating here. I mean, why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
Looks like they do have someone heading towards the flank, but do have tripwire there, so hopefully we expect it.
Oh, a couple whiff shots by Spot leads to his death there.
That's just kind of gonna disrupt the entire flow
Spike
of
down.
the entire
Last player standing.
attack. And that'll just leave Bannable and
Defenders
fall,
win.
and that'll be two maps against Ball State.
Yeah, that's two shutouts in a row. It's
Yeah, didn't really. Obviously, we saw new compositions, saw a new map,
mhm.
saw, you know, a few things here and there, got a few laughs in.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, that'll be it for this game against Ball State. So hopefully, have a good night. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it wasn't too boring. But yeah,